All right, we will wrap up today's media availabilities with Joey Logano. Please raise your hand, wait for the wireless mic. And we've got an eager beaver in the back of the room. We'll start back there.
Oh, what?
Peter Straught at TSJ Sports. Joey, after your win here last year, I asked if this was the biggest win of your career. Has your answer changed at all in the year?
I mean, either maybe it hasn't. It's hard to say. I still look at this race last year as kind of the championship race, in a must-win situation in a way to be able to make that happen. That was great. Hard to say that Miami's not the biggest race win, though. You know, that one was really for the championship, right, and being able to do that. So they're probably right up there together as, you know, biggest wins. Doesn't discredit a Daytona 500 or those Crown Jewel events, but to me, championships are bigger than Crown Jewel race wins. So if you look at that and that's the path to get there, then this ends up being probably one of, or if not the biggest win of my career.
Other questions up front, Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. I have two. The first is that you've got a couple of guys from the 12's pit crew, over the wall crew on your crew now. How big a deal is that? And do you how much does it concern at all that you're disrupting any sort of flow your crew had?
No, it doesn't concern me. We had a rookie Jackman this year who's made a lot of good gains over the season. But I feel like the opportunity to put basically the same team together that won the championship last year back together for the next few races, I think was a smart play. I think it's we definitely needed some speed from the pit crew side of things, and putting kind of the band back together from what it was last year when we won the championship makes sense. So I was on board with that.
And do you feel this race has any sort of wild card aspect in the sense of things you can control and can't control?
Not really. I don't feel like there's a wild card race anywhere you go. There might be some races that there's more risk that something could happen, but I don't think it's a wild card race. Nothing I don't think happens by accident in this world a lot of times. So, I don't think so.
Lee Spencer, RacingBoys.com. Joey, did you learn anything on restarts last week at Texas that you might be able to apply next week to Texas?
I yes and no. Kansas is such a different racetrack than Texas is. The way you race to Texas, you don't have that D-shaped front straightaway that makes the track really wide. You have more of that, I guess they call it a quad oval. I don't know what they call these things, but the one when they have the quarter mile in the middle. That tightens it up a lot to where there's not really a 4 wide opportunity. There's 3 wide, and 3 wide's tight to get through there. And you have a much narrower turns 1 and 2 than Kansas does, at least from the groove part of it. And then 3 and 4, you're pretty much wide open all the way through that one. So just a lot different racetrack. It'll race much different than Kansas did. So I don't know if much from the restart stuff will transfer.
You're such an optimistic guy. You would probably say you run well everywhere, but of the next 3 races in this round, where is your best shot?
I probably would say here, but I do think Texas will be a good track for us. Phoenix has been a challenge for us. We've won there before, but the last 4 or 5 races has been a bit of a challenge for us. We've made some small gains to get back to where we were. We ran better there in the spring than we have in the past couple of years, but that's probably, when I look at one as the most challenging track of the next 3 races, I probably look at Phoenix as that. So I look at our best ones as probably here in Texas. Yep, thanks.
We have other questions. Going once. Here we go.
I just got here, so I don't know if this question's been asked, but Martinsville itself, good track, bad track? I mean, in your mind, how you look at this track?
I mean, for racing, I don't think it gets much better. I don't think there's any race fan that says I hate watching races in Martinsville. Like, I don't think anyone says that. You know, this is a great racetrack. It goes to show that you don't have to be going 200 miles an hour to put on a great race. You know, this is the slowest track we go to, and there's more contact and bumping and banging, and it's old school short track racing. You know, this is like you go to any of your grassroots type racetrack around where you live and watch late models race or whatever it may be that's running at the time. It's a lot like Martinsville there, you know, and I think that's, you know, our sport was built on racetracks like this. Actually, this racetrack itself, right? And you look at the pictures here. So I think that's what makes Martinsville so special. It's just stayed so true to the roots of our sport, and it still to this day proves that short track racing is some of the best racing we'll see all year.
I think that's a perfect question to end on. Thank you for your time today, Joey.
All right. Thank you, guys.